Wike is sacked as FCT minister. His replacement announced as President Tinubu takes a new leave out of office. Hey, my dear listeners, it is everywhere. The news is everywhere. This very information came up. That was July 2025 of Tinubu's plan to sack Wike. But some persons came into my comment section and started saying all kind of things. Where do you get this news? How did you get this news? Why do you think that Tinubu will ever think of sacking Nyesom Wike and all of that? I looked and I laughed. Now it is up again. I used to tell us something that aside from what you watch physically from TV, there is something that is happening behind the scene, which the newsmen, the so-called newsmen that you are relying on NTA, AIT, and all of that, cannot show to you. Do you know that there is a serious war going on between Nyesom Wike and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? That is the one I tag as the one that is happening behind the scene. I always tell you people, just like the video I did concerning Akpabio and Natasha. Do you understand now? A lot is going on behind the scene that the so-called newsmen will not show to you. But when you come to this very channel, we expose everything to you because we go extra mile to source information to reach out to you so that you will be carried along and not be deformed. Let me not talk too much because someone is waiting to give you all that has happened behind the scene that you really need to know for those who are doubting and who are willing and very eager to know how it actually happened. Let's watch this very video.
My name is Corporate Amy Abisi Oscar. National President is on, and it's so disheartening at this point in time when we think that Rivers people in their need of peace and stability, political stability and economic stability, we have a former governor of Rivers State who happens to also double as the FCT minister, but asking for forgiveness from His Excellency Ismail Fubara. We want to ask a question. At this point in time, who is supposed to apologize to who? Who is actually in the position of apologizing? We want to make it clear that Nyesom Wike is the person that should apologize to Rivers people. We want to make it clear that if there's anybody, if there's any person, if there's any former governor in Rivers State that actually needs to apologize to Rivers people, is Barrister Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister. Let us also remind the FCT minister that he has benefited so much from Rivers people and from Rivers State. The FCT minister says he started nurturing ambition.
Download Global, order from your favorite restaurants in town and satisfy your cravings. Global, order anything we deliver in minutes.
To become the governor of Rivers State in 2013, Rivers State has never been in peace. Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, made this state ungovernable for Right Honorable Shimikelo Tibi Amechi. It was under Nyesom Wike, because of Nyesom Wike, that the Rivers State judiciary was shut down because of Nyesom Wike for complete 1 year, or the entire period of Amechi second tenure. The entire judiciary was shut down. Nyesom Wike was responsible for the reason why Right Honorable Shimikelo Tibi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, or the then governor, shut down the judiciary. It was also because of Nyesom Wike that we have the House of Assembly member use mace to hit the head of another House of Assembly member because of Nyesom Wike. This same Nyesom Wike, when he also decided, or when he ended up being the governor of Rivers State, we have never got it right. Nyesom Wike, under his watch, or because of Nyesom Wike benefited in Rivers State. Today, we want to actually outline some of the investment or some of the benefits that Nyesom Wike has within his period, that we expect Nyesom Wike to apologize to Rivers people. Nyesom Wike, under his tenure or within this period, among other things that we know, or among other things that should be listed, Nyesom Wike is the owner of the Signature Hotel in Rivers State, one of the hotels that is actually the first class level in Rivers State, is owned by Nyesom Wike. Hyper City, that is across the entire Port Harcourt and Rivers State, is owned by the wife of Nyesom Wike, Judith Nyesom Wike, Suzette Nyesom Wike. We also have the Resto Park, the filling station name as Resto Park in Rivers State, is owned by Mr. Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister. Then we also have the amusement park in Port Harcourt, is owned by Nyesom Wike. We also have the Pleasure Park in Port Harcourt, which is also owned by Nyesom Wike. We also have a lot of hectares of land, uncountable plots or hectares of land situated in Rivers State and in Port Harcourt, owned by Nyesom Wike. At the same time, we want to ask a question. If Nyesom Wike have got all of this, including his personal house at Ada George on Ada George Road in Port Harcourt, which was actually built by Julius Berger as the CSRO that Julius Berger was supposed to give to Rivers State. Julius Berger built that particular structure for Nyesom Wike as his personal house. This was supposed to be the CSRO that belonged to Rivers people. Now we want to ask, who has benefited in Rivers State than Nyesom Wike? Nyesom Wike has benefited so much that actually need to apologize to Rivers people for making this state ungovernable for the current governor of Rivers State. It was still in this state that we were actually in that Nyesom Wike decided to ask Smart Fubara to come out for governor. We were also happy that Nyesom Wike supported Smart Fubara onto his nomination for Smart Fubara to become the governor of Rivers State. No doubt that he actually made that nomination. But then we also believe that if Nyesom Wike have given Smart Fubara the support then to succeed as the governor of Rivers State, what then happened? Why can't you allow him to perform his constitutional duty? Why requesting that he should come and kneel down for you before he can perform his constitutional duty? We want to also ask Nyesom Wike, who has Nyesom Wike ever knelt down for when he was the governor? Who made Nyesom Wike actually have a governor or became the governor of Rivers State? Or does it mean that Nyesom Wike actually became the governor without anybody's support? Rivers people want to ask a question. Nyesom Wike said that he actually wanted a total removal of the governor of Rivers State, but the president, Bola Tinubu, ensured that Smart Fubara maintained his position and call for a state of emergency. If actually you are a true citizen of the state, if Nyesom Wike have love for Rivers people, if Nyesom Wike is concerned about the government or governance in Rivers State, will Nyesom Wike be making this state unbearable for the executive governor of Rivers State? Will Nyesom Wike be making this state unbearable for the citizens of the state? Nyesom Wike has been able to sit down within the first 4 tenure. Now we need to apologize again. Nyesom Wike promised Rivers people 5,000 job opportunity. Rivers people did not see the light of the day in the 5,000 job. Nyesom Wike did not promote civil servant when he was the governor of Rivers State. Nyesom Wike did not pay pension to pensioners. Nyesom Wike did not pay bursary to students. Nyesom Wike did not also embark on any youth empowerment and completed his 8 years tenure or first and second tenure in Rivers State. Yet he has not apologized to Rivers State. Nyesom Wike has not been able to come out for accountability on how he spent Rivers State money. Rivers people are in their need of Nyesom Wike to give account for how he became or how he spent his money within the first tenure and the second tenure. Nyesom Wike declare have up to 10 or 12 billion naira monthly as allocation. When Rivers people or Rivers State was generating more than up to that amount it actually declared in Rivers State. What has happened? Why has Nyesom Wike refused to come out to apologize to Rivers people? We want to ensure, we want to tell Rivers people and tell the whole world and the international community that at this point in time, the President Bola Tinubu is not being fair to Rivers people. We want to tell the whole world and the international community that Bola Tinubu is not actually being fair in terms of the dividends of democracy. Bola Tinubu has failed Rivers and Nigerians. Because why has he failed? At this point in time, Bola Tinubu has actually not met up expectation as the president of this country. We were expecting that as the president of this country, Bola Tinubu, as a father that he is, we want to ask a question that at this point in time, what is Bola Tinubu still looking for when it comes to money? He has got all the money that he wants to get in his life. He has achieved. His children are doing well. He has actually projected all his children to become one of the people that are one of the persons that Nigerians will be worshiping. Nigerians will not worship their father and then worship the children. We will not worship your child, and as much as well, we are worshiping you. That will not happen in this country. We want to make it clear as well that at this point in time, we're expecting Barrister Wike to advise Mr. President on the dire need of how Rivers people need some economic stability. Right now, as we speak, investors are running away from the state. What is the happiness of Wike? That investors that should be attracted to a state like Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation, investors are now running away from Rivers State because of the political crisis that is being caused and orchestrated by Wike. What is your joy? What is your happiness? That today, Lagos State that was supposed to have Rivers State in competition is now the only state that no other state is competing with, and you are happy. You are also happy that a state like Rivers State, your own father's land, where you came from, a state where you have become a 2 times governor. Now, at this point in time, Rivers State are in dire need of positive system or responsible system of governance. And you hear some Wike is not concerned about the dividends of democracy to Rivers people. You have killed democracy in Rivers State. What do you intend to achieve? I want to tell you some Wike that as Rivers citizens that we are not happy and that we are also disappointed in his style of leadership. We are not happy about his style of leadership and we cannot see him as a father. Some Wike have disappointed millions of Rivers people. I want some Wike to understand that if he does not reverse his position and change his position on the situation that is ongoing in Rivers State, that Rivers people will soon do a massive protest in his house to block his house in Port Harcourt. Now, as we speak, Rivers State is actually in a dying situation. Democracy has been killed in Rivers State. Rivers State has no reason for a state of emergency. Now, why do we have a state of emergency? The Nigerian military nominated or accepted one of their son or one of their products to be in charge of, to be the sub administrator in Rivers State. What are we asking for? We were thinking that the Nigerian military will still regain its glory because we were told when growing up that the police is the corrupt aspect of security, and that the military we are still much having their integrity intact. With the current acceptance of IBAS accepting to be sole administrator of Rivers State, do we still believe that the integrity of the military is intact? Because we were thinking that if IBAS was actually genuine in his mandate, if IBAS was actually transparent and actually got his stability or got the rank he got in the Nigerian military before his retirement.
So, my dear listeners, you can see that it's no longer a story. It's no longer an ordinary word anymore. In fact, as the news is ringing in the FCT, so it is ringing in Rivers, so it is ringing in all parts of Nigeria. Everybody wants Nyesom Wike to be out of office. Not be just River people, but also people of the FCT. Imagine his own hometown. They are agitating and calling that Nyesom Wike should be removed from office. My dear listeners, let it not be as if we are only, limiting ourselves to this very video. Now, look at what people are already saying as I'm dropping this very content. See what people are saying in this very comment section, and this is actually coming from Njoko Christopher. He said, "You people have started again." Okay, yeah, and this one is actually, trying to be worried about the crisis going on in Rivers. Now, this one says, "God Almighty is punishing Nigeria because of Peter Obi, and Rivers State is having a peculiar punishment because that's the state God Almighty himself planned to use to surprise people." Another one said, "Wike will leave South on fire. If you remain after his journey, thank your stars. Satan indeed has fallen onto Rivers soil. There is no peace in Rivers, and the person who is causing this unrest is Nyesom Wike. Until Nyesom Wike leave that very office of the FCT, Rivers will not be at peace. That very ego of Nyesom Wike need to be brought down, and it need to be taken out completely. once and for all. So, my dear listeners, my friends out there, it's a pleasure having you once again. Please, I would like to hear from you. Drop your comments, subscribe, and also send messages. Help share this video. Help send this video and make sure that everyone have a clip of it. Please, thank you. This is the Lord.